Really?
I saw a very famous man down there, a 5-time Australian champion over 200 metres. Mitch, I'm going to test your trivia here. Queenslander, big man, 5 times. Surname is Hartman.
Yeah, it's about to literally say Hartman.
But we keep them involved.
Absolutely, it's important to stay in it, and we'll just confirm quickly that is a shared bronze medal, so it couldn't even be separated on the thousandths of seconds, which is ultra impressive. So they've been confirmed as a shared bronze, and a bit of a break on the track as it is anyway. It's about, I believe, 30-odd minutes until our next track event. We'll wait for confirmation on that. But as we do, we will take a break here at the 100th edition of the Australian Junior Athletic Championships here in Brisbane, all brought to you by Chemist Warehouse. Don't go anywhere.
The high jump. $155, I believe the bar's at. There are 2 pits going, so the pit closest to us, it's on their 3rd attempt. I haven't got an update on the far side. Stevens with a miss there as well at 155. And South Australia. Great to see everywhere, all the states involved. So it's a series of misses, unfortunately, here in the high jump. I'm wondering whether that wins is a factor. It certainly would be a little bit off-putting as it swirls around. For those who haven't been here before, to the Great Cusack facility, it's a massive stadium, huge stadium. The wind, when it gets in here, sort of swirls around, so it's quite high. So a little bit protected on the front straight on those horizontal jumps. But certainly you're out in the elements once you're out there in the high jump and the pole vault. So Stevens goes back again. Will attempt, I believe, a 3rd attempt, and it won't be a clearance this time. We have men's pole vault under 16 just get started at 4 o'clock. Our youngest javelin throwers will get going later on this afternoon. Unfortunately, that's eggs of the competition there for Stevens of Queensland. Rind from, I reckon that's the Kiwi there, Tararunga. Getting herself set for the high jump in the heptathlon. New Zealander on your screen now. It's a nice first time clearance. So Rind now the Tasmanian wing on the runway in the high jump. Just clipped there with the calves, didn't quite. So Stewart's the next on the runway from New South Wales. So these girls have already been through their hurdles today. That's a miss on both mats, unfortunately. Of course, the Chemist Warehouse Australian Junior Athletics Championships. The best of the best in Australia. And there's Wing the Tasmanian goes over. Nice clearance there. That's some valuable points added to heptathlon total. So this, for those who've been following the series all summer, this is the final event of the Chemist Warehouse Summer Series. Historical year for Australian athletics. This is the 100th year, or 100th edition of the Australian Track and Field Championships, proudly supported by the Queensland Government through Tourism and Events Queensland and the Brisbane City Council through Brisbane Economic Development Agency. Obviously, the Open and Under-20 Championships took place early this month here in Brisbane. And along with these junior athletics championships, they'll determine the country's best athletes in more than 300 events. For those watching at home, do make sure at some stage that you check out also the event merchandise available online. I know the lines and the queues have been massive up here. As we throw down to Mitch at the high jump. Mitch, give us an update, please, that under 17-18 women's heptathlon.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Well, the under-17s are currently going through the motions, so there's a red flag up here for Lily Stewart of New South Wales. So, unfortunately, used all of her time on the third attempt, so she won't get another crack at 1:58. That's done. It's over. So the official click on that red flag. Stewart, none too happy. Don't know if she realised the time penalty that was coming in there, but Wing got over on the third attempt, so they'll now move up. So.
Thanks, Mitch. It's great to get those live updates. And Ryan, it is now on the far mat. Just clips it again. You mentioned the Tasmanian here at 161. First attempt. She did the same thing at the previous height. Just clipped it on that first attempt, but she'll come back better, no doubt. Mitch, another update, please, from Heptathlon.
Yeah, I've got you down here, Nick. Trust me, I'm all over it. I love the high jump. So it's Ross. Hasn't missed yet. So if she can get this on her first attempt, that'll be clear all the way through to 161 on the runway now. Just bounding into it. She's up. Oh, just clips it on the way through. So the first part of the form there was great. The back end of it, unfortunately, just fell apart on her. So the Western Australian just going to go for some extra points. As we mentioned, this is obviously all a part of the heptathlon, so there's no gold medals handed out at any of the individual events. It all comes down to how the points are accumulated. The Western Australian baton going to just go for it. Love that element of the high jump as the Western Australian hop steps her way into here. Here we go now, up, clear. Oh, so just with ease, the Western Australian.
In the junior boys age groups, it's West Australians everywhere in those very easily identifiable black uniforms with the gold.
So she, in fact, has cleared on all of her first attempts. So here comes Ross. Oh, just clips again. So again, this is the first time that she's jumped past the first attempt. And it's at 161. So she'll now go to the third. So the two Tasmanians will duke it out. Who will have her first attempt, or the first one to attempt the third round of jumping. Here's Wing. And Tasmanian, can she go clear? Does! So quickly off the mat before that pole comes down. And the Tasmanian is over. So the pressure now goes on. Nick, I just about announced the rule that doesn't exist. But it's Ross.
That's okay.
Going for her third attempt now. So the
I called a
Tasmanian's
bronze
up.
medalist before that wasn't bronze.
Ross, clear!
Nice
Well,
clearance.
Nick, while you were prattling away, it's Ross over the top. Arch back, here we go. Underway in the running. Up. Oof. Just clips. So, a quick shake of the head there for the Tasmanian. We'll go back and reassess, which we love about these field events is you get the opportunity to go and speak to your coaches and figure out what went wrong and where you can improve. It's Ross now. So, Batten, the Western Australian under-18 competitor, will go last. Well, I just think that the lift of the jump was beautiful at the start. It's just unfortunately a little bit flat. So didn't quite get the arch needed. Here comes Batten. Oh, it just clips it as well. In the under-18s, people who are tuning into 7+ right now are just getting an absolute textbook description of how the high jump works in its most fundamental way. So Batten, the under-18 competitor from Western Australia, in she comes. She's cleared them all with ease. Oh, just flicks it on the heels on the way through. So had plenty of space, Nicholas. Had plenty of height to that jump. Just unfortunately clipped it with the heels. So she'll go again in round number 2. Starting to pick up a little bit as Wing goes again. Clear! Oh, she can't believe it, the young Tasmanian.
She's over.
So the coaches and the staff are very happy down here. So Wing gets over on her second attempt. Been leaving it to the third the last few jumps, so it gives her coaches a little bit of a reprieve. Says, no, I won't put you through too much pain. And now it's Ross. So can we get all three women across in the second attempt? The Tasmanian, the next to go. It's Charlie Ross. She's up. Oh, it just clips. So it's only, much like anything in the high jump, I assume, a game of inches at the moment for Ross. So she'll have one more crack at it. Batten.
So 36 points to add to your total. And they're doing a great job
so
of
it. All adds up. There's Batten up and over.
Over.
Oh, jeez.
Tipped it.
Nicholas, look up high jumping. You'll see Batten in there. That was just textbook.
So third attempt clearance at 164.
So Charlie Ross, the Tasmanian. Here we go. Final attempt here. She's up and she clips. So her day's done here in the women's heptathlon high jump event. Good jumping from the Tasmanian nonetheless, though, from Ross. But she's out. And now there's only two that remain. And much that we saw in that race walk, two different events, two different age groups, one common goal, be the last one standing. So it's Wing in the under-17s from Tasmania, and it's Batten from Western Australia in the under-18s. And Nick, this is a great spectacle to watch. Nothing on the track. Wait and see what this goes up to.
So
164 still sitting on the board here ahead of us.
So Wing went 14.57 and scored 899 points to be the leader after the hurdles here, Mitch. So she's just going to be opening her lead up here in this under. That was her first attempt at 167.
That's a first attempt at 167 on the height there. Look, I'd say Batten, just the way she's been jumping, should be able to clear this one. But you know, much like anything with these field events, it all comes down to technicality. So just watch as she picks up the speed closer to the mat. It's the last 3 to 4 steps where it really starts to come into it. So watch this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. Over. Oh, boy, that's high jumping. So I said this earlier in the stream. You know, these women will have pet events, niche events that they're particularly good at. And I have a feeling for Batten in the under-18 event, it's high jump. So she's clear here at 167. 2 more attempts go the way of Wing in the under-17 event. Up. Ooh, clips on the way through. So one more attempt here for the Tasmanian.
If she can get over this one, she pushes her score up above 800 points here for the high jump as well.
Which would be super impressive. So men's under-16 javelin, men's under-15 triple jump also about to get underway. It's Wing, the Tasmanian, towards her last attempt here. 167 on the board, the Tasmanian now, up. Oh, clips. So great jumping nonetheless. Won't get that 800 points, but impressive. It's like our youngest 3K competitors.
You might want to come back up and join us for these 3Ks.
Well, Nick, you know I'm a distance fan. I will come and join you. I just want to see if Batten can clear this, what looks like 170 on the board here in the high jump. So bear with me. I'm going to sacrifice my distance love for some high jump excellence down here. So Western Australian Batten, only one remaining, under 18 women's heptathlon. Could be a pet event. Just clips. So Nick, we'll keep an eye on it. I will come up to the top.
Final attempt, meanwhile, on the split screen there, we've got the WA heptathlete. So Batten going for that attempt. So as Batten just misses the high jump, here we go.